Game On Magazine is sitting with Arkia Snyman, locked for the Vodacom Bulls at Loftus Versfeld. How are you today?
I'm doing very good.
Let's start off with Arkia. Every professional athlete would have started their career somewhere. You started, like most South African rugby players, at school. But why did you decide to pursue rugby as a professional career?
Rugby's been in the family since I was very young. So I've always had a love for the game, and that's probably the biggest reason. And it's the way that you grow up. You know, your grandfather and father, in my case, they're big rugby lovers. So that's where it started.
Who is your support base?
Well, I'd have to say my parents. I think my biggest supporter is my dad, and he's always honest, you know, whether you've had a good game or a bad game, he'll never be negative about it, but he'll always tell you can better in this, or you've done that pretty well. So I have to say he's been my biggest influence throughout my career and throughout my life actually, so I have to say him, my parents.
Who would you say is your role models? Who are the guys you've looked up to?
Well, I have to say, growing up, you've seen Victor and Bucky's played, so especially as a lot, you most certainly look up to those guys and see the way they played, and you try to be, you know, better than they were. But if I have to say a role model, someone, it's got to still be my dad. I mean, he's the one that's always been there for me and the greatest inspiration in my life. So it has to be him.
You've developed quite a special relationship with Jason Jenkins. What is it like playing with Jason? What is he like as a person? And then as a lock on the field, do you guys gel? Let's talk about your relationship, on and off the field.
Well, I think the most important thing about us is we have a good relationship off the field, and that's why I feel most comfortable playing with him. And the thing for me is, if you have a good relationship off the field, you always play well together. And that's why I think the rugby it's important, but I think the off-field relationship between us is something that's actually special, because we also stay close to each other and we see each other almost every day. So I think that's the most important thing about it.
Okay, you already played quite a bit of international rugby. You played for the SA Schools team, you played for the SA under 20 team, and now recently, this past June, you were part of the SAA squad, where you played 2 matches against the England Saxons. Is it a step up from playing under 20 rugby?
It's definitely a step up from playing under 20 rugby, and I must say the game is a bit more physical on international level. I think but the Super Rugby is a good starting point or whatever to play international rugby, because I mean we play a lot of international teams as well.
That England Saxons team that you guys played against had a lot of experience, guys who had played fully fledged test matches for England. Do you think that they tested you?
Yes, I definitely think so. Just having a bit of a taste of international rugby, especially because the Super Rugby had some off time then, so I'd rather play some international rugby than just have off. So I definitely think it did us well.
The SAA team was coached by Johan Ackerman, who has done extremely good things with the Lions in Super Rugby. What was it like working underneath him?
He's a good guy, and he's also a good coach. So I was very impressed, and it was fun working under him.
What is the biggest thing that you've taken out of playing for the SAA squad, and how would you implement those lessons learned in Super Rugby and going forward to one day maybe representing the Springboks?
I think the most important thing is just keeping your game up. That's what I learned there. Is if you constantly have a good game, then things will work out for you.
What were the difficulties of playing for the SAA squad?
Well, I think one of the biggest difficulties for us was having so little time together. I think if we had at least a week or 2 more to prepare, I think we would have done a lot better, because it's very tough only having a week before a game to prepare.
What are your aspirations going forward? Let's talk about your future.
I quite like it here at the Bulls, and we're in a building phase, so that's the thing for me, building it up from here, and this is where I started and this is where I want to be. and definitely playing for the Springboks. That's also a big aspiration for me.
Okay, you are a role model and an inspiration yourself. There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of young rugby players in South Africa that look up to you. If you had a special message to say to them, what would you say to them?
Well, the only thing I would think of is just put in the hard work and you'll see that the results will work out for itself.
Game On Magazine would like to thank Arthur for spending some time with us. It's been an absolute privilege learning about your career so far and talking about the SAA squad. Thank you so much, Arthur.